Sit back, join us as we delve once more into the world of Harry Potter in Chapter 5, Friends and Forewarnings. Faced with a Dementor in the bathrooms of the Ravenclaw dormitories, Violet stood completely still, with fear and unable to move as the monstrous creature descended upon her. However, with Danny and Sissel's help, and with the assistance of an extremely powerful Expecto Patronum charm, the monster was banished, though not before voices lingered in the air, the distressed cries of children. As the teachers gathered to try and understand what had occurred, especially with Rose Trickwick still in the infirmary on account of a similar attack, the decision was made, with the Dementor on the loose, to move the students to the Gryffindor Tower while investigations were undertaken, and a strict 7 o'clock curfew imposed on the castle. Anyone out after this hour, and without the company of a teacher, would see the inside of a detention room. And over the next few weeks, as excitement mounted for the first Quidditch game of the school year, Slytherin versus Gryffindor, the students went about their classes while also pursuing their own endeavours. And many of the students practiced spellcasting after the Dementor attack, while Sissel buried herself in making Polyjuice potion, something she has yet to ascertain whether it has been successful or not. And Magnus noticed that their brother Ian was seeing less and less of James Potter. Eventually, the day of the big game came, with Magnus proving themselves an invaluable keeper to the Slytherin team, and roundly beating out their brother's team. But as Slytherin celebrated their win in the dungeons below, Magnus went off in search of Ian, and they discovered him arguing with James over having forgotten to attend the Quidditch match. And they eventually stormed off from one another. And seeing Ian's upset, Magnus came clean that they had spiked James with forgetfulness potion. And enraged, this painful interaction was cut very short as Ian punched his brother and left. And meanwhile, downstairs, Sissel found herself having a very similar conversation with her brother Shannon, as he told her off for interfering in Ian's love life. And as he left, she saw the Grey Lady in the corridor, watching on, claiming the air around Sissel was thick with Daedalus Dowerfellow's influence. She said that if ever she or her friends wanted to talk, she was in the astronomy tower, staying away from the living. And as the weeks continued, Violet shrugged off the friendship of Peeves the Poltergeist, and Dot met with Professor Mina Bleakholm, discussing the Dementor and how it could have been manifested from the pain within the fifth house, and noticing the tattoo of a skull intertwined in a snake on Bleakholm's arm. She was met with the appearance of her parents. Taking Dot to the Quidditch pitch, they revealed that they would not be staying long. In short, they had come to say farewell. They had never meant to be parents. And seeing her thriving in this place, it seemed that it only made sense for them to part ways, to pursue the things they wanted to do. And so they left, leaving a distraught Dot sobbing underneath the shadow of the pitch, alone. I am aware the Chaos Bar has been filled, so over the next few weeks, following Dot's suggestion, there are rumours of the staff heading on down into the depths of the fifth house discovered last year to see if they can ascertain whether it could well be the origin of the Dementor currently haunting the castle. But if there is any sign of anything, it is not communicated with the rest of the school. And as for the creature itself, as the weeks go on, there are no further sightings. None at all. And as the weeks wear on, despite the staff's hesitancy, with no sign of the Dementor, the curfew is slowly lifted, even as the teachers continue to investigate. And in other news, after months of worry, with even James beginning to show signs of concern in the few times that you see him about the school, both his younger brother, Albus Potter, and Albus's friend, Scorpius Malfoy, return to the halls of Hogwarts, after having, rumour has it, snuck off the moving Hogwarts Express at the beginning of the school year. They make themselves very quickly back at home in the Slytherin dungeons, and coinciding with this, you start to see Daily Prophet headlines speaking of the arrest of an individual, a criminal, claiming to be the daughter of Lord Voldemort, though there is much that is disputed around this. Very little evidence, and eventually this is lost over the weeks. But regardless of the goings-on in the outside world, Magnus, you notice that James seems to spend a lot less time in the Gryffindor common room and far more in the Slytherin dungeons, wanting to spend time with his younger brother, especially after Albus's absence over the last months. And as for Dot, all of you notice a distinct change in her. She is much quieter, and while she engages with you all, if any of you ask what is wrong, she is very quick to change the subject. And outside of this, Rose Trickwick, eventually, as the weeks wear on, she comes down from the infirmary, and you see her one breakfast over at the Hufflepuff table. They are walking on crutches, and they seem fairly delicate, but for the most part, they seem in good spirits, if not a little pale. And all throughout the school, Christmas approaches. And in the common rooms and classrooms, and throughout the corridors of the castle, decorations are put up and strung throughout. And as ever, the head of houses start to come round to all of you, asking who will be staying and who will be headed home for Christmas. So, who is staying and who is going? This will be some time from now. You still have a little bit of time left for the rest of the term, but is anyone going home for the Christmas holidays?
No.
No, Ezra will be staying.
I'll be going.
Okay. And Magnus as well?
I'll also be going home for
Okay.
the holidays.
Oh,
Y'all
no.
have to leave me and V alone. Uh-oh, we're about to
Yay,
burn the
friendship
school
time
down.
for us.
Oh, I was thinking of something.
So, as this goes on, obviously classes continue to occur. So, can everyone roll a mind roll for me, and then we will start getting to what everyone is doing over the course of these weeks.
Absolutely.
I should probably get the rule book so I actually know
Miss
what I'm doing.
Ma'am, I got a.
Oh my god.
She got a super 14.
Okay,
Oh my gosh, Felix.
Uh-oh, there goes all the good luck.
Yes.
I just need to grab some dice so I can roll for Harley. I'll be right back.
I did 10. We're all not so
Look at
bad
these
today.
Uh-oh, I'm
smart
scared.
kids.
I'm scared.
I like that.
Ah!
Wait, do you have the mind thing?
The mind thing.
Yeah, for your benefit. Do you have the +1 to mind?
Okay, what did everyone roll? Okay, so everyone
For
who
Ravenclaw?
rolled above a 10
Did
Yes,
you add
I
a
do.
+1?
gets
that could be
10
7.
points. Everyone who rolled between a 7 and a 9 gets 5 points. I'll make a note of all of this. And
So-
everyone... Yep.
So mine would be, I have a +2 on it, so mine would have been a 7.
Yours would be a 7? Okay, lovely. So, so Sissel gets +10, as does Magnus and
Nice
V.
study buddies.
Hey.
And both Ezra and Dot get +5, making a note of this for Harley. And Dot, and I'm going to roll as ever for Vlad. Oh, Vlad's a good boy. Vlad also gets 5. Lovely. So, let's go around and see what everyone is doing over the next few weeks. So, Sissel, what are you doing? There are clubs, jobs, creating potions, social activities, spellcasting, and studying.
Let's do job.
Job? Okay, lovely. So if you can just roll a just a 2d6. That's how
7.
7. So you get 7 galleons for your work. What sort of work are you doing around?
More herbology stuff.
Okay.
Helping out and stuff.
So Pomona Sprout is happy to have you, and she sort of, as she welcomes you in, she has a very, very warm demeanor, not quite as nervous as the still absent Professor Longbottom. He has not yet returned from his stay in St. Mungo's, but she welcomes you in. All right, over here. So if you can go and grab those mandrakes over there and we'll prepare them for class, okay? Come on. And are you doing anything else over the weeks that follow?
Avoiding people.
Okay. I will say, I'm going to activate the Chaos Bar. So as you are going about avoiding people, as you're walking through the corridor on one day, you just hear a, Sissel, and you just hear footsteps running from behind. And you turn and you see Danny behind you, large glasses and short red hair, as she just runs up to you and, hi, you okay?
Hi.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I'm fine. I've just been keeping myself within my studies and helping out with Professor Sprout.
You okay? You mind if I walk with you? Or?
Yeah, sure. How have you been?
You. Last time we spoke, you had a big old outpouring of. So no questions about me. How are you?
Okay. I mean, it's been weeks. I'm fine. I promise. She's lying.
Make a convince check for me.
Okay. What is that? Heart? She's fine. 9.
Yeah. She just nods and okay. Look, I was wondering if I could maybe ask you a favor.
Yeah, anything.
So Christmas is coming up, and I saw you knitted the jumper for Dot last year.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if I could maybe give you a couple of galleons to knit something for me. I'm not very good at making stuff, and
Danny, you don't have to pay me at all.
no,
Not only that, but I actually already knitted you something, which I did. She's actually on my list.
Oh. She just sort of blushes a bit and I was wondering if you could knit a scarf for me to give to someone.
Ooh, yeah, if you want to give me colors or detail, I absolutely can.
So just a green scarf, but I don't know if you could embroider something on it.
I can.
So I was thinking 2 broomsticks crossed over, and on top of it Lennox.
Okay. Is this for Magnus?
Yeah.
You don't have to be shy. Don't worry. I'll make it really nice and pretty, and I'll wrap it up and give it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She just reaches out and just hugs you
She
and
gives a big hug
squeezes.
back.
And she just, okay, I've got to go and meet Professor Bleakholm, but
Sounds good.
okay. Thanks, I'll see you soon.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
She just skips off down the corridor. V, what are you doing over the next couple of weeks? Are there any particular things that you want to be doing in terms of extracurricular activities?
Maybe mess around with potions more.
Okay, so if you can make a mind roll for me.
Okay. Oh.
Oh no. Okay.
Whoa,
There's no
Serious?
result for under 7. So as I'll say, where are you practicing potions?
I don't know, somewhere spooky.
Okay, so you find like a dank, dark room full of cobwebs, and it seems like exactly the right place to be conducting witchcraft. As you just sit down and you start, what are you trying to make?
I don't know. I'm going crazy. I'm just trying to make. I want to make that potion where you turn into somebody else.
Okay, so as you're pouring various vials in, and just kind of like you're playing it very laissez-faire, you're just kind of throwing whatever's nearby. As Professor Filch walks past the outside, from his perspective, there is just a and the door slowly just opens as he just turns and sees you cross-legged behind a cauldron, your hair entirely up on end, and it is a rainbow of colors just shining as you just look, little sparks and smoke just flying up, and Filch just, as unfortunately you are going to be docked 10 house points for this.
No, I'm sorry.
So the minus 10. Is there anything else that you're wanting to do over the week that's just any characters you want to talk to? Or?
No, she's done enough.
Okay. As you're walking back to your common room, you find yourself passing the library, and as you do, you just hear a psst. Violet?
Who's there?
It's hello, I'm just over here. Geraldine, hello. And you turn and you see the pretty blonde girl from the first time that you met in the library, where she told you about the Rita Moore article. And you see that she is currently sat with 4 other Gryffindor girls as they just sort of look in your direction. Geraldine just waves and, Violet, come sit with us.
Okay. I just walk over and plop down.
Your hair is very interesting.
Yeah, I kind of messed it up. But it's not usually like this. But I it's not the worst it could have been.
I mean, I quite like it, Violet. I heard what happened to you in the Ravenclaw common rooms. Are you okay?
No, I'm dramatized for life.
I know what that's like. But this is Vicky, this is Willow, Olivia, and Tracy, and they all just sort of wave at you. And so, what was it? Was it a Dementor, like they said?
Yeah, it was. Do you think that's cool or something? Yeah, I was near one. It almost killed me, but I survived.
Well, that sounds very scary. I don't know how I would have done, but the fact that you're here and speaking so plainly about it is, I mean, it's very brave.
Yeah, I wasn't even scared a bit. The whole time, I wasn't even afraid, and I could have handled it, but my friend handled it because, I have a lot of those, and, yeah.
Make a convince check for me.
Oh, no. Is that mine?
Yes, I think so. Or... heart, sorry.
Okay. Oops. Oh.
She just leans across and just pats your hand, and it's okay. I won't tell anyone. And as she's looking at you, suddenly she just looks to one side and just suddenly slams a book down on the table. And she just, oh, horrible creatures. And she just removes it. And you can see that on the table there is just a small squashed, what looks to be the remains of a centipede, as she just wipes it off. And oh God, they scare me so much. And one of the girls just picks up the book, and it's all right, Geraldine will. And they start cleaning it. And thanks, girls. So Violet, I had a question.
What?
So you said last time that you're friends with that poltergeist, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're not averse to a little trouble?
Well, what is it?
I was wondering if you could help me with something.
Well, I have to know what it is before I help you.
Okay, so you know that awful caretaker, Mr. Filch.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why. I think he was just in a particularly foul mood that day, but he confiscated a necklace of mine, and it means an awful lot to me. And I think he's keeping it in that stinky office of his. And look, I don't know if you'd be up for it, but I've been practicing Alohomora, and I think I've got the hang of it. So, would you be up for sneaking into his office? Getting it back? 2 of us? There's probably a lot of other very, very fun stuff in there.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can handle it. Yeah. And V's just really wants to be cool, so she's gonna try to do this.
Lovely. Well, I'm busy for the rest of the term with, studying and being the new seeker on the Quidditch team. But perhaps when the
That's cool.
holidays come around, if you're still around.
So wait, you want to get it now or later?
I think it'll probably be a little bit quieter when the holidays come around, don't you?
Okay. Sure, yeah.
But in the meantime, Violet, you should definitely join us for study sessions. We're here every Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to my Ezra about it. We'll see. Because I have other bester friends. Like, you mean my friend, but I actually have bester friends now. So, I mean, you seem cool and all, but I've been working hard for making friends, and I can't just leaving them and stuff. So we'll see.
Either way, I'll see you around.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. And V's just very confused because people usually aren't nice to her, and it's very confusing.
Okay. Magnus, what are you doing over the next few weeks?
Just keeping my head completely down and in all of my books about potions and transfiguration, and probably just not even hanging out with anyone, disappearing for large amounts of time.
You notice that over this period, Vlad in particular is quite alone in the dungeons, with both Dot and yourself withdrawing. You see occasionally as you walk past, he just waves and then sort of goes back to just writing in his books. But seeing as you're looking into transfiguration, can you make a studying roll for me, which is mind?
Yeah, absolutely. A 9.
9. Okay, so let's see what that does in real money. 9. You get a plus forward on the next time we do one of these. So, is there anything else that you're doing over the course of the weeks, or not particularly?
Literally just being an emo sad boy. Thinking I don't deserve anything good.
And Ezra, what are you doing over the weeks?
I am going to do potions.
Okay, sure thing. So if you can make a mind roll for me, please. Okay. So
do I get a +1 if the potion I'm going after is a year 1?
Yes, you
okay.
do.
So then that'll be an 8.
An 8.
It's a little
Okay.
better.
What are you trying to make, Ezra?
I am trying to make. Hold on, let me find the exact name of it again. One second.
Mm-hmm.
Pompion potion.
Okay, what does that do?
Turns the drinker's head into a pumpkin.
Okay. Well, something's gone wrong, but you don't know what yet. That's 2 wild potions out in the school. Lovely. Okay, so is there anything else in particular that you're wanting to do outside of potion making?
I think just kind of listening to what's going on around the school with all of my friends distracted and like being interviewed by that cop dude and everything else happening. I think I'm just trying to be on as alert as possible. Because I know everyone else is kind of distracted at the moment, so I'm trying to use my time preciously and writing everything down in my journal, basically.
Okay. On one particular day, as you were sat in one of the corridors, just writing in your journal, you hear footsteps coming down the corridor. Quite long strides until eventually they stop in front of you, and you hear the familiar voice of Harry Potter as just Ezra.
Hi, Mr. Harry. No, Harry. Hi.
Hi. Do you mind if I sit next to you?
No. Of course.
It's just a flying visit, I'm afraid. But look, I wanted to say sorry for how quiet I've been recently. I've been chasing my son and his friend around the country, and ghosts from my past have. Well, it's no excuse, Ezra. I'm sorry. How are you?
To be honest, I'm a little confused with all the things happening around here, but I'm okay, and my friends are okay, and no, there's a lot of weird things happening, but I think we're okay.
Sort of a fairly common occurrence when I was at school as well. Every year seemed like it brought some kind of difficulties.
Yeah. So we got to meet the they were called the Dementors. We saw one, and that was not fun, but I guess weird.
I heard. Yeah, I'm getting orders to look into it at the moment, and hopefully we can come to some kind of conclusion. But look, Ezra, I don't have long. Unfortunately, I've got ministry business. But when we met at the beginning of the year, I told you if you wanted, you could have an audience with your dad. Is that
my dad? I mean, yeah, I remember.
Is that still something you want?
Very, very much. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, obviously you have term time, and I don't want to get in the way of that, because Lord knows McGonagall will have my head. Headmistress McGonagall will have my head. So, look, Christmas is coming up. I don't know what your plans are before then, but when the holidays arrive, if you like, outside of school term, perhaps I can organize a visitation then.
Yes. Sorry. I would
Ezra,
I would love that.
Ezra, you don't have to apologize, okay?
Okay.
I will extend the same invitation to your mother. But outside of your mum, I know how close you are with your friends. Do you want to be alone, or would you like me to organize for others to be there? Yeah, I don't need an answer now, by the way. You can tell Professor McGonagall and she can let me know. I'm just putting it out there.
I'll think about it, and maybe I'll ask them, because I know my dad's not a bad guy, and a bad guy is controlling him like a puppet, like a video game, but he tried to hurt my friends, and I don't want them to be afraid, and I'd like them to see that he's not a bad guy, but I'll talk to him, and I'll think about it, and then I'll tell Headmistress.
Okay. And apart from that, if you need anything, just let Headmistress McGonagall know. She'll pass it on to me. She knows what you're going through, and we're all here to help. Okay.
Okay. Harry, thank you. I know there's a lot going on and there's a lot of things that you have to do, but it means a lot that you're here to help me, because I don't really have many people I can trust besides my friends and Headmistress. But there's a lot of people out there that think really bad things about my father and probably me too, and I just thank
That's
you.
right. Anyone who thinks bad of you or your friends is, frankly, it's not worth considering. I, in my time, have had a lot of very horrible things thrown my way. Words and whole biography, actually. But it can be hard when you're young. And even when you're older. I won't pretend I have the thickest skin. I'm quite easy to rile, but I think you learn to trust in the opinions of those that you care about and who care for you. So, your friends adore you. Your mum, God, she's so proud of you every time I talk to her. And between you and me, she might not always show it, but I know that Mistress McGonagall, despite all of the trouble all of you have got into, she's quite fond of the five of you. As am I.
Thank you. That means a lot.
I'm just me. Anyway, I should go. But speak to your friends, all right?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Okay. It's good to see you, Ezra.
Thank you, Thank you, Harry. I appreciate it.
All right. Stay safe. And with that, he stands and begins to move away. And further on down the corridor, you hear him just, oh, hello, Sir Cadogan. Harry! And they continue their conversation as they move down the corridor. But the weeks continue on. When is the next time that you think you will all be together?
That's a good question.
It is a very good question.
Ooh.
So this is still before break,
Still
right?
Before the holidays and before Christmas, yes.
I would imagine we would all meet up before people depart for a holiday.
I feel like V and Ezra would probably meet up first about the.
Are there any other Quidditch matches
Filch
happening?
thing?
There is one more coming, which we will get to.
Oh.
Okay.
I guess this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you all want to meet at the Quidditch game, it's entirely up to you.
I feel like besides V and I crossing paths, I feel like most of would probably all meet up then,
Yeah.
with Magnus hiding around and Sissy doing sissy things.
So, V
Whatever you're
and
up to right now.
Ezra,
Hiding as well.
V and Ezra, you both notice over the next few weeks as you sort of move to and fro within the Ravenclaw common room that your friends are nowhere near as available as they used to be. Magnus appears to be off doing their own thing. Sissel is very rarely seen around the Ravenclaw dorms, and even when she is, you are like ships in the night, V, even within the dormitories. And Dot, certainly there in classes and around the school, but withdrawn. Very withdrawn. And the only times that the two of you really have to socialize is when you come into contact in classes and in the common room. And it is on one such night as you both find yourselves in the common room, and a couple of other Ravenclaw students sat around reading and studying in front of a nearby fireplace. But as you see one another across the common room, what do you do?
Like the three of us? Or
Well, is Sissel there?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering.
It's entirely up
What's
to
the
you.
setting that you put us in?
I mean, it's entirely up to you if you think that you would be around the common room. But I think Ezra and V, you would probably
them do their thing.
Okay, yeah. So Ezra, you see V from across the room, and V, you are as ever holding Bunny. The rainbow in your hair is like starting to fade a little bit, but it's still very, very present. It seems to shift like oil in water in the light. But Ezra, you see your newly coiffed friend across the room.
V, did I like your hair? Did you?
Do you really like it?
I do, because when you stand in the light, it's like not one color but a lot of colors, and that's
thanks. It was an
nobody else
accident.
has it here.
I messed up a potion and now I look like this.
What were you trying
Maybe
to?
it's for the rest of my life. Maybe my arms will turn green and blue and my legs will be orange and red. Will you like that?
If you were my multicolored friend, I would still like you, because that would be cool and unique. And if it made you feel better, I'll paint my arm a color.
Ooh, yeah, and we can match, and we can jump into a pool of paint. Just close your mouth, because I ate that when I was younger, and it did a lot of things to my brain, according to my mom. But we won't eat it. We'll just paint ourselves.
Okay, yes. Don't eat paint, V. Have you tried eating paint again?
No, it didn't taste as
Okay.
good as it looks.
Okay, good. I'm gonna write that down in here to remind you every now and then that, like, paint isn't snacks. If you want snacks, I can help you get snacks.
Okay. Ezra, I have a secret.
Okay. What?
But my question is, if I broke into some place, would that be bad?
Okay. Well, I would say it would be bad, but we've all broken into places last year, and
Okay, so it's fine.
wait, but we did it and it helped people. And we
Okay,
helped
so if I do it
things.
to help somebody, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Anyways, what are we gonna do now?
Well, we haven't seen Magnus in a bit, and I'm worried because that nose isn't looking too great, and it keeps getting blood on Magnus's mustache, and I want to help. And we haven't seen Sissy either, and I'm kind of worried.
Where the heck is everyone? Where are our friends? This is supposed to be all my bestest friends, and they're gone.
Okay, this might be too much to ask, but I know you have another bester friend, and his name is Peeves. Has Peeves heard from them? I'm only asking because I'm kind of worried, and Peeves floats around a lot.
I don't know. Maybe we can go find Peeves. I was kind of sad the last time I saw Peeves, so I hope he's not mad at me. But I was, going through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you told me it was a lot of very private.
Very, very private. Very
stuff.
private stuff I was going through. So maybe we can find Peeves and hunt everybody down. I don't know.
I mean, I'm just worried. I'm worried about our friends, and I want them to be okay. And but I don't want to intrude and ask them if they're not ready. But maybe Peeves has seen them. I don't know how to find Peeves. Do you know?
He usually just shows up,
Okay, well maybe we'll keep an eye out for him, and then
Sometimes he finds me in my room late at night. So we can maybe try to do that, and we could hang out up late and, sniff around for him.
he likes snacks, right? What if? Okay, I know our friends are having trouble, but what if we stay up late and eat junk food, and then because Peeves will show up, and we can just have a good time, and we can tell stories and draw, and then we can get Peeves.
Ooh, yeah. Good idea. I know it's a good idea when Ed shakes his head back and forth.
The idea is good. The delivery, Bella. The delivery. So, so you, where are you? Where are you staying up? In the dorms or somewhere else?
Yeah, maybe
Oh.
the dorms. What do you think?
Okay. So I would say, which dorms are you going for? Ezra's or V's?
Ooh, I want to go to Ezra's.
Okay. Can you make a quick and quiet check for me? Just yourself, V.
Yeah, what is that again?
So it's body.
Body? Oh no.
Uh-oh. Plan falls apart. Plan falls apart.
Oh.
So I will say,
Ooh, I now can add a point.
and you start initially trying to sneak through, and then you just hear a very and turning around, you could just see Professor Flitwick at the door of the common room, just
Oh, whoa, I must be lost.
It gives me no pleasure to do this, but unfortunately, 5 points.
No!
I'm sorry,
No!
Miss Slughorn, there is no
No!
sneaking into the boys' dormitories. I'm
I
very sorry.
I got lost. My eyes got backwards, and I thought this was my dorm. So you're just telling me that you hate women.
Make a convince check.
Wait, and convince his mind or
It's hard.
heart? Oh.
He
Oh.
said period.
Professor Flitwick just. Well, I'm not.
You hate us, don't you?
No. Lots of my friends.
I'll be telling Dumbledore about this.
Go to bed, Miss Slughorn. And with that, he
Good.
just heads on out of the door as the common room just closes and is empty. Once
So no
more.
points taken, right?
No points taken.
Yeah.
So with the common room empty, I'd say you were probably able to sneak into the dormitories, and all is very calm and quiet, quite cold as well. The winter nights are coming in, and for as beautiful as the school is, not terribly well insulated. But Ezra, as you're waiting for V, you see, as you do every night, just out near the astronomy tower, the Grey Lady just floating outside the astrology tower until V comes. And V, you have a lot of sweets from the last time that Peeves came, and piling these out on the bed, you just spend the night just eating and drawing and talking in hushed whispers as much as V is able to. And occasionally this draws like sort of a couple of tired looks from other people in the dormitory as they just like roll over. But as the evening wears on and you both just start, your eyes get very, very heavy. V, just out of a nearby suit of armor, you just see a visor just pop up as two orange eyes just peer out. And then through the armor, just this bobble hat comes out as Peeves floats forward, looking furtively around and seeing all of the wrappers on the floor. And 1, and 2, and 3.
Ezra, he's here. He's here, Ezra.
Hey, Peeves.
Oh!
Hi, Peeves.
Oh. What was your name again?
Wait. Who are you saying that to? You know my name, right?
I don't know your name.
Peeves.
Ex-
That's your bester friend you're
What?
talking to, Peeves.
Oh, well, last time I checked in with you, apparently we weren't
I didn't. No, that's not what I meant. I was going through it. I'm a growing woman. I'm going through a lot of things. I didn't. We're still very good friends. Are you kidding me?
It's not what you said, it's just the
I
way you
literally-
said it.
I was literally just having a bad day, had some friend drama. Oh, saw a Dementor. Oh, yeah, I'm not allowed to be sad after I went through all of that.
So, you still want to hang out?
Duh. Just let me have some days where I'm sad. And we were looking for you. Why would I be looking for somebody that isn't my friend?
I'm sorry, I'm just not used to this. I'm not used to be. I just think that people want to hang out all the time with their friends. I've never had a friend before, and it's just very confusing. I'm sorry for not appreciating and understanding what you're going through.
It's okay, whatever. Just stop talking about emotions anymore. I want to just be friend time. Ezra, why did we look for Peeves again?
Peeves, can you remember me, right?
Oh yeah, no, I remember you. I was just
Okay.
thinking about the names again earlier.
Okay. I want to be sure. Can you come here real quick? Come a little closer.
Okay, and he's sort of, if he could slouch while floating, he would, as he just, okay, what is it?
Okay, Peeves, just to let you know, it wasn't you. V was going through some very private things.
Yeah, I know. She just told me. Oh,
I just,
God.
you need to, just understand that sometimes we're gonna be sad, and that's okay. And I don't want you to get mad because then you make V sad, and that's not fair.
Okay, I suppose that makes sense.
appreciates
It's just you're always so sad all of the time. It's like I'm constantly undergoing trauma. Hello, it's Hogwarts. It's meant to be fun. Anyway.
What? Okay. Well, we're also pre-teenagers, so we're gonna be emotional. It's what my mom always told me, and that's okay.
Well, why are you looking for me then? What do you want? I'll just pick up these sweet wrappers while you talk.
Yes. Well, Peeves, basically, I'd only ask this because I know you like doing your pranks and stuff, but we're worried about our friends. Have you seen Magnus or Sissy around? They're the other ones that would be with us. I know you don't like our names, but
Yeah, I mean, your friend with the long hair and the moustache. He's
in the mustache, yeah.
Yeah, the mustache. Yeah, well, they're spending a lot of their time in the library, mostly alone. And one with the red hair, she looks so sad all of the time. I mean, really, got nothing on last year. Just miserable all of the time. And frankly, if I didn't know better, I'd say she was probably missing her friend. But I wouldn't know what that's like. Sorry.
So, but they are. I mean, they are okay and safe, right?
Yeah, they're not going down into any hidden fifth houses, if that's what you're worried about.
Okay, I wanted to be sure, and I also knew that you and I heard you two arguing, and I also wanted to make sure you two were okay too, because our friend group keeps falling apart, and we need to stay together because there's too much stuff happening.
Well, I hope you managed to patch things up then.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said.
Well, don't get used to it. Anyway, I'm taking the rest of these fruits, and he just starts rummaging them into his pockets. He's like, well, it's good to see you, and I'm glad we're okay. And he just floats back into the suit of armor again and disappears, leaving the two of you alone.
V, I hope that was okay, and I didn't overstep. I just know that our friends keep fighting, and I get worried because I know that there's a lot of things happening, and we need to all be there for each
Yeah.
other, including Peeves.
Yeah, that's true. I don't want any more drama. I'm too old for this, you know?
We are
I'm ready
too old
for some
this.
stability in my life.
Well, while we're here, I need to ask, V, do you see that ghostly shape floating out there, close to the observation tower out the window?
No, what do you mean?
There's, I never thought to do this yet, but I was given this telescope for Christmas last year, Do you want to look and see if you can see her? I
Okay.
haven't brought it up much because I don't know if it's just me and
Okay.
okay.
So, looking through the telescope, is this the joke telescope or is this the actual telescope? Because there were.
This is an actual.
This is an
brass
actual one.
telescope,
This isn't the
yes.
punching bag one. Okay, so looking.
Oh, thank God.
Wait, there's a punching bag one?
Yeah. So V, as you look out of the window, true enough, you can see the Grey Lady floating outside the astrology tower. Several feet out, just floating and looking out over the horizon.
Yeah, I see a lady. Was that your friend?
I don't. They keep coming out there every night, and I was too afraid to ask anyone because I didn't know if I was seeing things or like, she's there every night, and I don't know what that means. But you see
Well-
her too.
Yeah, maybe we can go up to her and go out there and go find her and go give her a talking to.
Well, maybe we'll meet up with our friends first, and then they could help because these are the things that when I said we might need all of us, I don't
Oh, yeah.
I don't want us to get in trouble.
We need some
or-
firepower.
We need Magnus and Sissy.
Yeah, maybe some wands and guns, and we go out blazing.
I don't think we should. I don't. Okay, as long as you are calling your wand a gun, I guess. No real guns, please.
Okay.
Maybe you could bring your knife just in case.
Okay, well, maybe I'll bring it. We'll see. I just, I gotta protect the group. So.
So, over these last few weeks, while Sissel, you have been absent from your friends, Quidditch practice for the Ravenclaw team has continued. And throughout it all, Kunami is an incredible captain, leading you all in drills and tactical formations. And while it is enjoyable, there is a slight cloud overhanging things. As Shannon, while still friendly towards you, you can tell is a little bit more distant than he usually is as you go about your practice. But eventually, the second game of the term approaches. Ravenclaw versus Hufflepuff. And while for this particular match, you do find yourself on the sidelines, being reserved as you are still going to determine the outcome of this game. So can you
Great.
roll body for me, please?
Yeah. 9.
9. Okay. So, Ravenclaw, as you watch from the sidelines and watching the various formations that Kunami has been teaching all of you, it is seamless. And watching your brother fly again, it makes your heart swell. He is so, so good. And even with the beaters on the other team, Tiberius amongst them, that you have been encouraged while sitting there to keep an eye on and to sort of learn their movements and their tactics. You watch as Ravenclaw eventually saw their way to victory. And the three of you, along with Dot and Vlad, you are watching the game as you wait, hoping that Sissel will be brought on. But Sissel, you watch from the sidelines until eventually the team fly down and Kunami steps off her broom. And as everyone retreats into the tent once more, out of the cold, cold air, Kunami just sees you and, hey, sorry you weren't able to join in this time, but
It's okay.
do you reckon you'll be good for February?
Yeah, I could be good for February.
I mean, you're good already, but one of the 7th year beaters has been offered a short placement abroad for a week on an actual Quidditch pitch, and it'll only be for a month or so, but
That's fine. I'll take it.
think you're ready to step up?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Amazing. Well, it should be fun. You'll be against your friend, because it's going to be Ravenclaw versus Slytherin.
Oh, great.
You'll be fine.
Well, might as well get my arm ready.
Yeah. I know. Look, I keep an eye on my team. I try and make sure that I know what's going on. Dynamics, obviously big, but your brother seems less friendly than usual, and
I think he's just being more protective of himself.
it's about time. Looks out for everyone else.
And he wonders who I learned it from.
He'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a Christmas break coming up, so I'm sure we'll talk.
Okay. Well, I'll leave you to it. If you could grab some of the brooms just over there, make sure they all go to their respective lockers, and I'll grab the balls.
Thank you, Konami.
That's okay. Hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you out there.
I'm excited. Thank you for asking.
And with that, she heads off. And as you pack things up and you head on out, and you see that the school are gradually making their way out of the pitch, you see your friends. And the rest of you, are you all together, do you think, for the first time in a long time, or are you still fairly disparate, do you think?
I want us to be together, but it's up to them.
I think we would be, right?
Agnes would have met up with everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say Dot is also there, still quiet and withdrawn, but the four of you make your way down the steps towards the ground, and you can see Sissel leaving the Ravenclaw tent.
Can I go say hi to Sissy first? Just to see if they're okay with us all coming over.
Yeah, you can talk to Sissel and then come back, whatever.
Okay. Ezra's gonna saunter on over. Hi, Sissy.
Hi, Ezra. We won.
Yeah, it was really exciting. But are you okay?
Yeah, I've just been trying to keep to myself. It's nothing against y'all. Just I have to work on Sissel.
What if I keep to yourself with you, and then I can try to help you basically. Last year you all helped me out so much with all the things that was going on and all the things that we had to face, and I just don't want any of us to be left alone.
You know, being left alone's not entirely bad. A lot of times it allows you to think about things and leave room for growth so that you can be a better version of yourself before you surround yourself with others. And that's what I've been trying to do. So I told you and V a few weeks ago I did something very terrible, so just trying to fix it.
Can we help at all? If there's anything we can do, I can't do much, but I can be a distraction if you need, and I can if it's like an inside thing, I can try to distract with fun things. I don't know.
Don't worry. I appreciate you, Ezra. Actually, I've been thinking about it for a while. So I saw the Grey Lady whenever we were celebrating in the Slytherin dorms after they won their match, and she said she'd be in the astronomy tower if any of us ever wanted to talk. And I've been wanting to ask y'all if you wanted to go. Would you want to?
So I've only told V this, and V got to see for herself, but she's been out there every night.
Out where?
Outside of the tower, just floating, and I've drawn a lot of pictures, and I've just watched her there alone, and I don't know what it means, and I was too afraid to talk about it because I didn't know if I was imagining it. But then V saw it, and she said it. The Gray Lady. She said it was okay that we go talk to her.
Yeah, I mean, initially she said that she wanted to be alone, but I don't think she would extend a hand for us to go up there if she wasn't willing to talk to us.
I can't speak for everyone else, but I would love to know, because it's very peaceful seeing her there, but it's also so sad, and
Yeah. Well, then we can ask our friends. It's been a long time apart, and maybe this can make it feel like last year where we just got into shenanigans.
as long as nobody gets hurt this time.
I don't think there's anything nefarious in the astronomy tower.
So you are okay with hanging out and coming.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask before everyone came over, just in case you needed more space as well. But
I
we would love
appreciate
to
that.
have you back over if you'd want to be with us again.
I'd like to. Sorry
Okay,
for
good.
being distant, but yeah. I think I'm ready.
Okay, good. V, Magnus, everyone come over. Everything's okay.
What?
Sissy's back.
What?
Sissy's back.
Hi, Sissy.
Hi, V.
Should we hug?
Yes. And she like gives
Okay.
her a big hug.
How many seconds do we do this for?
You count until you're done
One.
with me.
Okay, that was good.
That was a good one. Thank you.
Yeah. So what are we gonna do? Are we gonna commit a crime? I'm excited for today.
Ah, yes. Back to normal, I see. I personally would like to not commit any crimes.
Oh.
But Ezra and I were
What?
just talking, and would y'all like to go to the astronomy tower?
Oh yeah, that's where we were gonna commit crime. Or not.
Ezra? She like
Or
looks
no,
at him
no.
like,
that.
wait, you lied
No.
to me.
No crime. No crime.
Aren't we gonna put the ghost lady in a bag?
What?
Or maybe I
The-
dreamt that. I
We
think it
gotta-
could be fun though.
We gotta
we
not
could bring
eat
her
so
back.
many sweets before bed. I think you're having some
Oh.
dreams.
I swear we were gonna put her in a bag.
This was gonna look at Silent Magnus over there. Are you doing this too?
No, I was told no trouble would be had.
Same.
I think I might go back to the dorm if you're gonna go
Just
commit
kidding, no
some
crime.
crimes.
No crimes.
No,
I'm gonna be quiet and put my hands in my pockets.
there's no crimes, and we were invited, right, Sissy? We were invited.
Yeah, oh yeah, I told Ezra. So the Grey Lady, she hangs out outside of the astronomy tower, and she came down to the Slytherin dorms area the night the Slytherin won, and told us we could talk to her if we ever wanted to. Not entirely sure what we would say, but I think it'd be nice. If you want to go.
Yeah, but I reserve the right to leave the second anything goes awry.
Absolutely.
Just trying to stay on the straight and narrow, you know?
So this is gonna look around and look for Dot, because she doesn't see her at all.
Dot is sort of hanging back a little bit, and you can see that she seems fairly distracted. You can see that she's brought Bimby with her and seems like quite hyper-focused on her, just sort of stroking her and looking off into the distance, just...
Okay. She's just gonna see her and not try to conversate. My heart.
So, are you doing anything immediately, or are you wanting to skip ahead to whatever you're wanting to do later?
I would like to skip, but first, because I think it would be appropriate, Sissel would like to go and congratulate Shannon.
So, heading back to the Ravenclaw dormitories, it is raucous. People are cheering inside, and just generally, the mood is one of jubilation and joy as they are incredibly pleased to be matching Slytherin step for step. And you can already hear whispers amongst the team members about, right, okay, so next time when we're up against Slytherin, you've seen their beaters, so we need to, and they're talking, and you can see that Shannon is also there, and he just sort of smiles along, and you see him drinking some pumpkin juice as he just sort of stands off to one side, not nearly as energetic and lively as he usually is.
She's gonna walk up during this conversation. So we're talking about betas.
Yeah, just obviously Slytherin have Brian, so yeah, but I hear you're gonna be playing next time, which is great.
Is it great?
Yeah, of course it is. Sissy.
You've been out of sorts as well. Are you okay?
Yeah, I think so. I just I don't like seeing Ian hurt. That's not a dig, by the way. Just, obviously.
No, it's okay.
But he'll be fine. I know he will. He and James are. They're good, so,
And that's what matters.
Yeah, they'll patch things up. So,
Well,
just,
congrats, by the way.
Yeah, no, it was good, even with Tib almost knocking me out of the sky on a couple of occasions, but.
Yeah, you need to make sure you keep your head in the game. I know it's difficult. You gotta focus, or you're gonna end up with another broken rib.
Can I ask for some sisterly advice, if that's okay?
Only if you're comfortable.
Yeah, obviously I am. Things are getting, I don't know, things were going well with Tib, and I felt like I was moving past the conversation with Ian at the beginning of the year, but suddenly, when you did what you did, again,
It's okay.
but I got really angry, and I guess I'd just forgotten how easy it was to worry about Ian, and I don't know. I guess that's got me questioning, and I don't know what I should do. Do I? Yeah, I don't know.
I think you do know. But I'll say it to you. I think you need to break it off. Because that's not fair to Tib.
Yeah, I know.
If you can't give him all of you, then that should be that. Until you can work on yourself. I basically did my own sort of breakup with my friends to work on myself before I could give more of myself to them.
Oh, you're so clever.
Well, a lot of time alone, a lot of time thinking.
You patch things up?
Yeah, we talked a bit today. They congratulated us, and
Good.
yeah, it was nice.
And he looks over your shoulder, and seeing the rest of you there, just waves at you all. And can I have a hug?
Yes, and she gives him like a really big hug.
Just holds you and just, I've missed you.
I've missed you too. But if you need more space from me as well, it's okay.
Nah, I'm holding you
understand.
now. I'm just.
Okay, wait, but my back.
And he just goes, okay, you go celebrate with your friends, and I'll be fine soon. I will be.
Okay, well, just as you always offer it up to me, I am available for you always.
I know.
Okay.
Thanks.
Congrats again. And she
And-
skips off.
And the rest of you see Sissel come back after embracing her brother. And unless there are any conversations that any of you want to have, what do you want to do next?
Shenanigans!
Okay, so when are you headed to the astronomy tower? What time are you headed to the astronomy tower? And how are you wanting to get there?
Oh
so
no, I
many
think we have to.
options.
I think we have to break curfew.
Well, curfew has
It has-
lifted from 7 o'clock onwards, but it depends whether
Okay.
you want to
Well,
go late into the night.
I would assume we'd want to go at night because that's where I always see her floating.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, shenanigans.
Get those body rolls ready.
So
How late can we go without it starting on curfew hours? Maybe
I would
10?
say realistically before 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock is when, especially for third years and below, you're expected to be in your common rooms, or well, your dormitories are at the very least your common rooms.
and it's winter, so like, or it's later, so it gets dark earlier.
Mhm.
So we could do like
Huh.
8 o'clock, 8:30.
Depending on how
Press
it
our luck.
goes.
Yeah.
We could also go later. I could drink a polyjuice potion and go
Yes,
ahead
yes,
to make
yes,
sure the
yes.
coast is clear.
Yes,
But we gotta
I
make
like
sure-
that.
We gotta make sure Magnus is on board. All right, Sissy, you got some convincing to do. You got some convince. I'm gonna.
Come on,
I'm
Magnus.
stepping back.
Alright, I guess like let's say we're at like lunch or something.
Oh no.
Magnus. She's like leaning over. Can I talk to you about the astronomy tower?
Yeah, I thought we had already talked about this with everyone else.
Yes. However,
Sissy, the last time you and I
wait, let me
talked,
talk. Let me talk. Hang on. I have an idea. And it's not bad. Nobody's going to get hurt.
Is there a potion involved?
It's for me. Nobody else will drink it. Just me. So if things go wrong, it's just me. Don't worry.
I
But
just don't think that's a great idea at the moment.
I understand. However, it would be to protect everybody else. Because we'd have to go later, because that's when Ezra sees the Grey Lady. And so, if I drank a potion and I look like somebody else, I could go ahead and be like, oh, coast is clear, and y'all can just
Have you,
follow."
like, taken a step out of your own shoes and looked at the situation? Because remember, last time you used the potion, we thought it was for the good of our brothers. But in fact, it wasn't. And I've got a broken nose, and Ian isn't talking to me.
Are you prolonging that broken nose? It's been a
No,
very long
it's there.
time.
It was a very hard punch.
Lad just leans forward and goes, it usually takes much shorter time for noses to heal, so
I'm fragile,
okay.
Vlad.
Okay.
Oh, don't yell at Vlad.
No, it's okay. I
It's not
didn't
okay.
know what I was
She
talking
like
about.
mama arms him and pushes him back. No, Magnus, don't yell at Vlad.
Um,
That's rude.
Sissy, what you're talking about? Don't try to pass
But
it
it would
off as
only affect
it's just
me.
a potion for me. No, it's
Magnus!
a polyjuice potion,
But
and
you
those
don't have to
aren't-
go then.
Polyjuice potions aren't even like legal for kids.
I mean, why would they teach it to us then?
So
learned it
that
this
we know
year.
what not to do.
I mean, they didn't. It's not, like a curse. I would change back.
And what happens if you get stuck like that? It's like when your parents are like, stop making funny faces, your face will get stuck like that, you'll go cross-eyed forever. What if you get stuck like that?
Oh, well, that's actually not true. That doesn't actually happen.
Thank you. See,
Sorry,
Vlad,
I'll
I love you. Magnus, just join
Sissy!
us. Magnus!
Have you
It'll
ever
be
made a polyjuice
fine.
potion before? Be honest with me. Have you ever taken one before?
No,
All right then. So we're not
but
doing
I'd be
it.
drinking it. Nobody else would have to deal with the repercussions but me.
then
Because that's my
we
word
have
to myself
to think
now. Only
about
I
the
drink my potions.
aftershock, Sissy. It screws
might
up,
feel a little
right? It
icky.
screws up. I let you do it, and then Shannon gets mad because his sister got hurt, and then Shannon's like, "Oh, Magnus, why didn't you stop her?" And then I am to blame, and then Shannon goes to Ian and says, "Your little git of a brother told my sister to drink polyjuice potion," and then I get in trouble, and then Ian never talks to me again for the next
That
2
actually sounds like
decades.
fun.
anyone asks, did I not hear this conversation? Or
Yeah, you didn't hear it.
okay, good.
No, Vlad, you can hear it. Just don't tell it to anyone else.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell
yeah,
him what he
That's
hears
what it
and doesn't
means, Matt.
hear,
You're the one
Sissy.
who's telling him the thing.
I'm going to see what Ezra and V are doing, and he just stands and takes his plate.
We're just
and
like
heads
leaning
over.
at the table at each other. No!
And you see Vlad start to walk off in the direction of Ravenclaw before seeing Dot sat on her own a little further off, and he just, Dot, are you okay? And he just sits down next to her a little further on down the Slytherin table.
Just don't understand why you keep wanting to get in trouble. I'm trying to just keep my head down.
I'm not
Do
trying
my-
to get in trouble. I'm trying to keep us out of trouble.
Well, keep us out of trouble. We don't go to the tower. Why would we go to the tower
Then
to
don't
keep us out of
go,
trouble?
Magnus.
Abstinence
It's a
of
simple-
the activity is the best way to avoid trouble. Creating
wrong.
trouble.
Have you been reading a bunch of self-help books or something?
Might have slipped a few in when I went to the library to read about.
Because I feel like
Everything.
we've read the same ones. They're good, right? They make you feel better.
Wait, you've been reading self-help books too?
Yeah, that's why I've been avoiding everybody. I've
Some
had
of
to
them
work
are
on me.
so long and they keep repeating the same thing.
Oh my gosh, I know. There are some things that I've like written down that I have to keep repeating to myself.
I read one that was like, you can't love someone else if you don't love yourself. And I think that's kind of, you're always
Yeah.
learning to love yourself more. I don't get it. So I'm never allowed to love someone until I die?
I mean, I hope you love yourself soon. I'm slowly
Well-
learning to love me again. So, but that's why I made the rule to myself that only I would drink my potions. And so I would deal with repercussions.
But what if you drink a potion and it goes wrong and then you're covered in all these big boils and then they pop and then it burns everyone else around you, sissy?
I don't think
Then
that
it
it'll go
affects
wrong. If
everyone
anything,
else.
it might have a little hiccup. Maybe I have like hair coming out of my ears or something. But it would have exploded if I brewed it incorrectly.
Don't you already?
No.
I thought everyone had hair coming out. Oh, must just be my testosterone. Sorry. My apologies. So, you know what?
So you're
Yeah,
down.
I will go, but only to keep an eye on you. If anything goes wrong with this potion, I will be the shield to protect everyone else. You and me are going down with this potion. You've wrapped me into this now.
Magnus, I love you so much. I like that you were just telling me you had nothing to do with it, and now you're like, I'm going in. She like
Only
looks up
to
for a high
stop
five,
the
like, come on,
casualties of our friend.
bring it back. This whole circle.
Ezra and V, you see from across on your table that there is a seemingly begrudging agreement happening over on the Slytherin table as Magnus just with Sissel, who looks very excited. But as the four of you sit, and Dot a little bit separate from the rest of you, sitting with Vlad, who you hear Magnus just Vlad go, "It's okay, we can sit in silence. I sometimes do as well. Here's I'll pour you some," and he just starts pouring a drink for the both of them as the Great Hall just continues to be busy around you. And eventually, the night comes to sneak to the astrology tower. So it is the night of you all sneaking into the astrology tower. So, where are you meeting?
I don't know, probably outside of Ravenclaw Tower, since towers are usually around other towers.
True.
Okay, so, Magnus, are you meeting them there as well?
Yeah, begrudgingly.
Okay, so can you make a quick and quiet check for me, please?
Oh,
Okay.
go Meg.
Oh, all right.
Go Jennifer Coolidge.
A
No.
5. I'm gonna re-roll. A 4.
No!
So as you are making your way out of the dungeons, you just hear a behind you, and turning around, you see Professor Bleakholm just stood there. Why are you headed out so late, Nix Lennox?
I forgot to grab some of my books from the library.
What books?
Well, there were a few
Self-help.
on Transfiguration. There was one that's how to be a better man. And then you've got how to turn around your life. There's also a really good one called Why Men Love Women. I didn't actually read that one. I don't know why I said it was good. There's also one, I can keep going if you'd like me to. My whole I've really got to start reading those
Nix Lennox,
tonight. Yes.
can you tilt your head upwards, please?
I don't. I've got a crick in my neck. I really can't. I can't bend my head back and my back.
She just holds
from
her wand
reading.
up. This might pinch a little, and she just whips it across in the air, and you feel almost like a wax across your upper lip, just as suddenly there is just this blaring pain across your upper lip as she goes, "I think we both know that isn't natural, Nix Lennox."
Why would you take? No, it was very natural.
I think a little more time reading your books and a little less time applying hair growth solution might go a long way.
Wait, is Professor Bleakholm the bald one?
Yes, she is.
He's got body.
Are you just jealous?
She goes very stern all of a sudden. I beg your pardon.
I'm very sorry, Professor. I don't know where that came from. Can I? That smart's really bad. I think I need to pick up some more self-help books.
I think that might be wise. I'll wait for you. Half an hour should be time enough to get to the library and back.
Absolutely, yeah. Give or take a few minutes.
I think
Because this crick in my neck and my back, it
I
takes
think
me a
30
long time.
minutes on the dot should serve you plenty.
Right. And what time is it right now?
Time to
Um,
go. Run.
I would say, I mean, when are you all sneaking off collectively?
And now, evidently, as soon as Magnus gets to.
I think we said 7:30 or 8.
Okay.
Oh no, I think we said 9, or was it 8:30 or whatever?
8:30. All right. Well, my watch is set to 7:30, so I'll see you at 8. Yes.
I'll see you at 8 o'clock.
Right, all right, bye. And then I'm gonna run.
So, running in the direction, the rest of you, are you waiting outside of Ravenclaw Common Room?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So, as you all wait there, eventually you just hear as just running up the stairs, you see a very clean-shaven Magnus just running towards you, hair flying wildly behind them as they careen towards you.
Did somebody punch your upper lip to match your nose?
I've got 30 minutes. We need to get a crack on.
Okay.
Okay. Let Sissy lead the way.
I pull out the, the potion. She's like, should I drink it now? I don't know how long it'll last.
We only got 30 minutes. I think
You need to chug that. Throw it back. Knock
we
it back
gotta
right now.
She
Let's
like
go.
like chugs it back. No idea.
So, who is this meant to imitate?
So, what she did is she just found a random hair like left on a table.
Oh no.
She has no idea
no.
who she is.
That's so funny.
As
Oh.
Sissel, are you still wearing your uniform, by the way?
Probably not.
What are
If
you
it's
wearing?
late. Why? Something very gender neutral.
Okay. So as you're there, I'll say,
She's
Probably-
wearing her purple sweatshirt and
Yep.
some jeans.
okay, as Sissel just chugs this bottle before you, you watch as for a moment, nothing happens. And then Sissel gets taller and taller. As from out of the purple sweater and from beneath the jeans, her limbs just grow longer and thinner. And you see silhouetted against the window, her neck crane up a bit before all of a sudden she starts to hunch. And you swear that her hair starts to thin a little bit. And Magna and Ezra, the breath. Oh God, the breath. As before you, Sissel turns around as Filch stands in front of you in basically jorts and purple sweater that comes to his elbows as he just turns around.
Absolutely not.
She's looking at herself. She's like, my hands are very old. Who did I turn into?
Sissy, your
She's
breath.
looking down.
Speak upwards or your breath smells really bad, Sissy.
Am I Filch?
Sissy, you look like a freak.
Wonderful job, Sissy.
You bigger clothes.
But the one issue here is Filch is never seen without his cat.
Oh, grab me a cat.
What's Steel Bimby?
I don't think any cat is going to look as haggard and old as Mrs.
Maybe
Norris.
if I get caught, well, no, they'll know my voice. But I can pretend and say that I'm
Give
looking
us your best
for
Filch.
Mrs.
Give us your best Filch. Come on.
I'm Filch. Is that
Actually, wasn't half
This
bad.
is pretty.
That sounded just
good.
like him.
Okay,
as long as
we're
you
on.
don't say any words and you just go, I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean,
let's do
that's
that.
how he communicates to me anyway, so that works.
Perfect. We have like what?
We gotta
27
go.
more
We gotta go.
Wait, let me lead the way, because I'm allowed to be out.
Can you all? I mean, how subtle are you trying to be, or are you just like strolling through in your purple sweater?
Get a
Probably.
cloak on or something else.
Well, he doesn't wear a cloak. He just wears like a
He's got like a
Rags.
long
suit-looking
cardigan.
thing. Yeah.
So
I'm not trying to get detected, but I'm also not trying to seem suspicious.
I'll say make a convince check for me as you stroll
Ooh.
through, like an unspoken convince check as you stroll your way through the castle.
Okay. 9.
9. So you're making your way through, and you move up and down the moving staircases. And at one point, in the very, very quiet sort of corridors, as you're walking along, mostly uninterrupted and unseen by anyone, you hear as round the corner, you see Professor Flitwick just moving past, and Students, Filch. Just shakes his head and continues walking onwards as Filch just continues and it aches. Like Filch aches, Sissel, as you're just
His body
walking forward.
hurts. It's like he got hit by 50 beaters.
Until eventually you come to the entrance of the astrology tower, a place that you have had several lessons, specifically with Ferenz, the centaur teacher, but it appears to be open.
Okay. You all go in first. He is like opening the door, like holding it, like looking around.
Okay, we gotta go. I'm just running in first.
Okay. The rest of you following.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He's like covering his mouth.
So as everyone makes their way past you, Sissel, eventually, the coast being clear, you go through the door and you start to head on up. Now, the astrology tower is the tallest in Hogwarts. And as you climb up the spiral staircase, a soft breeze makes its way down, blowing past the stone as you make your way up the carpeted stairs, until eventually at the top, you are met with a large open room, with large wide open arches, with iron-wrought balconies all around. The breeze is soft and cool, and from where you stand, you see Scottish Highland and the Black Lake stretching out for miles. And as for the room itself, you stand upon a large wooden floor that remains mostly empty, save for a large telescope in one corner. And above you hangs a huge brass-ringed contraption, demonstrating the movements of the planets and the stars. And looking around, you and your very, very strange Filchy companion are alone. But floating in the distance, soft and blue against the night sky, you see a ghostly figure high above the castle. Her hair drapes behind her as she stares out into the horizon, barely registering your arrival.
That's she's been doing this every night, and I can see it from my window, and I don't know what it means.
Well, why don't we ask her? Time is a ticking. I've got
Y'all
to get
should
all the
go
way back
first.
down
I
with
don't
books.
want her to see me or
Yeah.
smell me.
Magnus, can you ask? I'm kind of nervous too.
Yeah, all right. Hey, Miss Grey Lady. Hello. We were just wondering what you're doing up here. We've seen you around. Just wanted to talk to you before bedtime, which is in about 20 minutes.
Why does your friend look like Argus Filch?
Well, we needed someone to escort us up here. We're a bunch of no-gooders.
Sorry. Wait, I have a question. Can you smell?
No, I can't.
Okay.
She just floats
But we
forward.
can.
Blood your noses.
I seem to remember there were 5 of you last year.
Yeah, one of us is out of it.
They need time to themselves, because it's good to work on yourself, right? Right, Sissy. Do I still call you
She
Sissy?
jokingly goes, yes.
She just looks at you, Ezra, as you start to speak.
Miss Grey Lady, I've seen you out here every night from my window, and I just see you floating up here, and I've been very nervous to come and speak with you. Why do you come out here by yourself at night?
she reaches out, and could she touch the stone pillars, she would, as she just reaches her hand forward in a facsimile of motion. This was his favorite place.
Your dad?
Daedalus, yes. I remember he used to bring me up here to view the stars and the planets, and he said it was where he came to think. Even after he was defeated and all my memories were gone, I felt the draw to this place I could never explain, I suppose. Thanks to all of you, I know why.
Is there anything we can do to help? I don't know what you're going through, and I know none of us really do, but seeing you out here alone night after night, just floating, it just... I don't know. I don't know if it's foolish to ask, but is there anything we can help you with?
All of this summer, people have been asking me questions. All the living want to do is to relive the painful past. All my memories of him I could remember. Nothing, and then you five walked through the doors of this school and it all came flooding back. My father's actions, my mother's warnings, what the founders did to keep it a secret.
Do you wish they didn't? Because your mother's a part of that.
I remember agreeing to it. Losing my memories, I was so young. When my mother explained it to me, she told me my father, how he had done awful things, about a prophecy that he would return and how to prevent that. He must be allowed to fade into obscurity, that we must forget his involvement in the founding of Hogwarts, and he would be little more than an obscure architect lost to time. Nothing more. Nothing less. And I agreed. I was 5, I didn't know what I was agreeing to, really, but it seemed right. And then you 5 found him anyway.
I mean, I don't think our intention was to find him.
No.
Sorry about that.
I am sorry for the loss that you have all felt as well.
Speaking of loss, do you hear the voices of the students of the 5th house?
More and more each day.
Do you know why?
There's so much pain down there. So much fear. It collects and it perforates everything down there. It's feel it spreading. I don't think there's anything that can be done. It is the
Even
leg.
amongst the school? Like how there's things happening, and she kind of looks at V. To students?
I have heard things, though I've tried to remain separate where I can. I am sorry, Violet Slughorn, that I was not there to witness. Are you all right?
Witness what?
One of the jobs of a house ghost is to look out for the students, and I know I have been lax in that.
Yeah, you didn't look out for me.
V.
Or, I mean, whatever. That's cool that you didn't care about me.
She doesn't mean it like that.
I know.
Sorry, I'm bad at words and orders.
The sins of this school run deep. Those who built it, the effects of their deeds, they linger on, and they will not be forgotten in time.
So it's okay if we sin. Or it's not okay if we... well...
Hopefully it's a little okay. And she like looks at herself. She's like, huh.
I ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is your business in the 5th house? Do you believe it is done?
I don't know. I don't even know what my business was. I just knew that I could get in, and then everything unfolded from there.
I just remembered Phil just saying all of those.
He's got smelly breath.
I do not envy all of you. I was a child too. When my mother and the other founders fought my father, I could not understand what was happening. And afterwards, so much happened as they scrambled to fix things. After they defeated him and trapped him beneath the school, and before they took my memories, I remember they retreated out into the Forbidden Forest, and they didn't tell me why, but even then, I could guess. They were seeking counsel.
From the centaur.
She frowns for a moment, and then... And they took something. They took something with them. Something from the headmaster's tower.
Is it the hat?
No.
Hmm.
They wanted to hide something. Hide something deep in the forest. I remember them trying to steal away, but like you, I was curious. I apologize. I don't mean to
You don't
burden
have to
you with me.
apologize. We came here knowing that there would be conversation. We appreciate it. I know it must be difficult.
She nods before looking pointedly at you, Ezra. It is difficult when our parents are not who we hope they would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cannot feel, but I can see you're shivering. It is getting cold and late.
You're right. Magnus is gonna check his watch again.
You have around 10 minutes to get down into the dungeons.
I've still got to get books. Oh.
I can help lead you to the library.
Does anyone have books on them right now? Long shot.
I only have my journal.
How big is it?
It's book size, but
If I
it's
promise you that I will not read it, can I you just borrow it for the night?
I haven't been apart with it since my mom gave it to me, but we said we wouldn't get you in trouble, and if you promise to give it back to me as soon as I see you tomorrow, then yeah.
I promise.
Okay.
I absolutely promise. In fact, I could probably get it back to you tonight.
Just whatever's the safest way, and you don't get in trouble, and we keep our promise to you, then you keep your promise to me. We'll get you back in time, and you won't get in trouble.
Great. Yeah, I got to go.
So grabbing this book that has a lily pressed into its cover, can you make a quick and quiet check? Emphasis on the quick, I think.
Don't lose my journal.
7.
7. So you move quickly or quietly. We know what you're doing. So as you rush through the school, the rest of you watch as Magnus just almost leaves a cloud outline of themselves as they just run off. And the Grey Lady just looks after them as they run and... Thank you.
Yeah, I have another question, if you don't mind. When do you think you'd return to Ravenclaw? You are missed.
I don't know. Every time I see that statue of my mother, it just reminds me. And now they have replaced a statue of Daedalus with a statue of me, and it seems silly, like a way of reclaiming that family lineage.
Cecil looks down at how she's wearing purple right now.
Ska, I can relate.
Soon. I promise soon.
If there's anything we can help with, just let us know. We might be kids, but we get stuff done.
She just nods and, floating back, just turns out towards the horizon once more. I feel there's much more that will be done. Not all of it good. But not all of it bad.
Do you know any of it?
I wish I did.
Well, thank you for answering our questions. We won't press anymore.
She just nods and floats out to look at the horizon once more, leaving the three of you alone. Where are you headed? Filch and friends.
Let's say I can't go back to Ravenclaw as Filch.
You gotta wait for it to wear off, I
Yeah.
guess.
I don't know. What do y'all want to do?
I'm gonna ask if the other two will go on ahead and give me a minute.
Yeah, I'll say, I can get V back safely, and then I'll probably hide behind a pillar for a while.
I'll be right behind you. I can get back and just don't worry. I'll be quick.
Okay. We roll out.
Miss Gray Lady, if you don't mind, I've one more question. I just wanted to ask after my friends left.
Of course.
Okay, so I know that your father did a lot of unspeakable things, and you couldn't really redeem them at the time, but like I think I have a real shot of helping my father and redeeming them of the things that it seems like he wasn't in control of. And do you know of anything that might be happening that who could be the one controlling him like he's a puppet, if that really is the case? And I just want to do everything in my power to help, the same way that I know you probably would too, if you could have helped your father, even though they did bad things.
The difference between us, Ezra, is my father did those things willingly. But as for your own, our memories were taken. Everybody's memories were taken from that time. There is not a living witch or wizard that would still be alive that would know. That was the Founder's legacy, removing the stain.
Okay.
I assure you, Ezra, I do not know who told your father about Daedalus and about the prophecy, because outside the Founders, no one knew. They took that secret with them to the grave.
Okay. Thank you. I know this is a lot to talk about, and I appreciate you helping me in discussing this with me. I know my father did not great things, but I'm determined to find out for sure that he didn't do this on his own, and I need to help free him. I need to help get him back.
Your faith in your loved ones is beautiful to behold. And I wish you luck in doing what I could not.
Thank you, Miss Gray Lady. I appreciate it. Before I go, is there anything that you might like to have while you're out here? I don't mean to be weird, but I know you're out here a lot, and I know it's lonely, but sometimes when I'm alone, if I have my favorite things, it makes it less lonely. I can maybe leave a gift for you every now and then, and maybe it'll help cheer you up.
You're too kind for your own good. I will be back in time. I need no gifts.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure. I'll let you get back to floating. It looks fun. I wish I could float too sometime. It'd be really cool. And thank you for being kind to me and my friends, and I'll see you when you want to come back.
She nods, and she floats away. Magnus, as you rush down to the dungeons, you careen down the stairs. As you manage to rush into the dungeons, as Professor Bleakholm, having not moved a muscle since you left, sits there. 2 minutes to spare.
Yeah, I told you I'd be back. It's just a library.
A lot of stairs you had to traverse.
Well, see, I originally went and got all the books, but then I realized that I had read them, my mind hasn't been in the right place, and I had actually taken notes, and so I put it in this journal, and so I had to only grab my note-taking journal, and I ran back to turn the books back in, and I had to find my journal, and it was in the to be stacked back on the shelf stack, so it was just a lot, Professor.
Make
I
a
really need to go
convince
to bed.
check for me, please.
Oh, I'm so tired, Professor. Just really would like to go to bed.
She just looks at you and 5 points deducted. She just
I think they
stands.
should be added because I've been studying all night.
Please don't push your luck.
All right, you take my mustache and then you take my health points. All right, well, good night, Professor.
What was that, Mixolenix?
I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm just having a really bad month, semester, year. My apologies, Professor Bleakholm.
Bed. I will
Yep.
see you in Defense Against the Dark Arts.
You got it. And as he walks away, he's gonna be like, "Only dark heart around here is you."
Make a quick and quiet check for me. As you're walking back, you just hear a 10 points as Bleakholm just heads on out.
That's 10 in total or 15.
That's 15, Magnus. That's 15. So, I will say for expediency's sake,
Oh, I wanted to give the notebook to Alpine and have Alpine take it back to Ezra.
okay. I'll say for expediency's sake, after much meandering, eventually, Ezra, you are met with this cat that is just carrying a book, just sort of stuffed into her collar. She just and just brings it over to you. But V, you are taken back by a very, very strange looking Filch. And once again, Professor Flitwick passes and sort of, Miss Slughorn.
No.
And continues on. But the rest of term continues without much incident after this, as the holidays begin to loom. Vlad suggests to all of you that perhaps before parting ways for Christmas, early Christmas celebration might be in order. But before this, Ezra, do you have a chance to talk to your friends about Harry Potter's suggestion?
Yes. Are we gonna expediency this or
Yeah, we can expediency that if you would like.
okay. Yeah, so I would like to talk to all of them individually, and it's up to them if they want to come, knowing that my father tried to hurt them.
Okay. So, who wishes to go and support Ezra? Okay. And V, are you going to Azkaban? To help Ezra, not like generally.
Ooh. You muted?
muted.
Oh no.
And Holden.
They
Change
took her
something.
voice.
No.
No.
My cat
There you
sat
go.
on all my mixer buttons.
You're good.
Oh, Holden.
Little bastard. Okay. Yes, I'm good to go to the death place. To help
Okay.
Ezra.
So, this will probably be as you communicate this to Headmistress McGonagall, Ezra. She assures you this will probably be in around 5 days into the holidays as she passes this information on to Harry Potter in the Ministry. But as you all wait, is there anything that anyone is wanting to do as the holidays begin, free of the responsibilities of class? Is there anything that anyone wants to do?
I'm going to read up on Azkaban because I don't know much about it, and I don't know what I got me and my friends into.
Okay, I will say make I read about that check, which is mine.
A 9.
Okay, so you can ask two of the following. I'll just choose the relevant ones. What does it look like? Is it dangerous? Where is it from? Who is it related to?
Is it dangerous, and what does it look like?
Okay, so I will say from your research, you come to realize that Azkaban, it used to be a very dark and dangerous and dismal place. It surprises you, actually. You have heard a lot of stories about prison systems in America, and it is very, very similar to that. The treatment of the prisoners was horrific, really. Dementors were commonplace as security, and they would literally drain the prisoners of any form of life and joy. It was a dark and depressing place. But since the Second Wizarding War, Dementors have been largely outlawed, especially by the Ministry. And the prison itself of Azkaban is now guarded entirely by Aurors. It is Aurors and it is prisoners. And as for what it looks like, the prison is situated out in the North Sea on a small rocky island, and it is impenetrable. It is a large windowless tower that stretches up. It has 3 walls. It is triangular, almost like a prism, as it stretches up. And you see a couple of drawings and a couple of moving photographs of waves crashing against the rocks. But this is most of what you can ascertain. For the most part, Azkaban is safe now. It is dark and dismal, but it is safe.
Feel better about dragging my friends there. Let's go.
Okay. So I will say as well that Dot also agrees to go with you. And again, sort of minimal conversation. She's withdrawn a lot. And Christmas is on the horizon. And she has decided to stay over the holidays. But Ezra, she agrees to come with you, albeit distractedly, and just nods, seeing as everyone else is going. She doesn't want to let you down. But you all head in the direction of Headmistress McGonagall's. Heading up the tower, you are met with the headmaster's office. Portraits on the walls. You can see a small silver bowl on a pedestal that you saw last time you were in here, Ezra. And you can see the sorting hat behind Headmistress McGonagall. That, as you all enter, specifically towards you, Sissel, just nods a little bit. And stood next to Professor McGonagall, you see Harry. He is dressed in a large overcoat and a scarf, and as he turns round, it's good to see you all. Headmistress, are you? Yes, I have lifted all of the charms. You can apparate as you please. Thank you, Minerva. Now, where we are going, it is going to be extremely cold. Are you all wrapped up warmly? Ezra, your mother will meet us there. But if, for the time being, everyone just put their hand in the middle over mine, all right? This...
Extremely late, Magnus is gonna be like, yeah, I run hot. Got a really high body temperature.
Can you make... Can you make a tough it out roll? I want to see if this is true.
Damn it, Magnus, shut your mouth.
Stop trying to impress Harry Potter.
8.
You press your hand on top of the pile, and yeah, surprisingly warm, as Harry just sort of looks around. Now, Ezra, you felt this before, but this will be a little strange. Are we all ready? All right. And with that, he whips his wand, and you find the singular experience of being pulled through an increasingly tightening tube, and you find your body dragged through space itself until suddenly you are met with the crashing of waves and foam. You are stood on a small rocky island surrounded on all sides by a windy sea stretching out into the grey horizon, and ahead of you, standing tall and indomitable, is a fortress with 3 windowless walls, as grey and miserable as the sky around. And Harry turns to you all and just starts to bring out what looks to be gum, as he maybe just try having a little of this. It might help first time. Now this is Azkaban prison, so don't worry, it's perfectly safe, but if you need anything, if you feel like you need to step out at any time, let me know and stay close to me. Are we understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. And he does a little bit of a double take at V and just... Are you alright?
Yeah, what are you looking at?
He just smiles and... Let's go in. And led through its guarded and heavily secure entrance, a stone door appearing in one of the walls as you all approach, and Harry just whips his wand. You are guided through a corridor upon corridor of thick stone, as the sound of the waves begins to dissipate. The wind outside howling, but aside from that, all is silent. And as you walk down various doors, or various halls rather, you see doors lining each wall. They are wooden and simple. They have no hinges, they have no handles. But you see that in each one there is a small window with which to look through at the prisoners. And Aurors patrol the halls, giving looks to Harry as he passes, but specifically at the 5 children who are with him. You get the impression that children are an uncommon sight in this place. But eventually, as you are all led up some stairs to a small stone office, you see a single wooden desk sitting in its center, over which a number of flickering candles float. And on either side, you see 2 Aurors speaking. Yeah, won't shut up. She keeps screaming about her father. Voldemort this, Voldemort that. Christ. You know, there's some days that I miss the Dementors. At least the prisoners were actually quiet. Mr. Potter. And they stand up, and Harry just... Gentlemen, I've brought Ezra and the other visitors with me. They're authorized. They'll be staying with me. Of course. And Mrs. True is with me. And turning around, you see another individual come in, as Minister Hermione Granger walks into the room, followed by a very nervous-looking Shoshana. As your mother steps forward, Ezra.
I sprint immediately to her and just give her the biggest hug.
She just holds you, and then looking at the rest of you, she just reaches out to all of you and gestures for all of you to join, as she just starts to just look at all of you. Thank you so much. I know this means a lot to Ezra. How are you all?
I'm scared. I'm
hungry.
nervous. He's hungry.
You hungry, V? And she reaches into her bag and just brings out a small sandwich and just, here you go. It's just BLT, but
Ooh, thank you.
you're
I
welcome.
love prison.
And as you're talking, Hermione just comes and places a hand on Shoshana's shoulder. Now, Shoshana, do you want to stay out here? I'm here for Ezra. The man in there, I can't. I understand. It's okay. Now, Ezra will be right out here if you require anything. The same goes for the rest of you. Harry will be in there with you, but we'll be here if you need anything, all right?
What? One last. I just want to be sure. You all don't have to actually come in if you don't want to. I don't want to pressure you in because I know he tried to harm you, and that's a lot to ask. So I want you to know that even if you want to wait out here, that's totally fine. It means everything that you even traveled here with me.
Appreciate that. I think that I'd really like to maybe change my view of him after everything.
Okay.
I didn't come all this way to just sit in a little bit. So, you're stuck with me.
Yeah, I'll come in too, as well.
Thank you.
Harry just turns to you all. Okay, now, son, I told you your father is under the Imperius curse. Now we've been doing our best to try and break down some of the mental blocks, some of the limitations on his mind, but he's still not wholly himself. Remember that. There is someone else behind his eyes.
Okay.
I'll be in there if you need anything. Right. Everyone will be out soon. And with that, he heads over to the door, and as he places his hand towards it, a handle appears in front of him. And turning it, he just looks back. Last chance to step back if you want.
This was gonna grab Ezra's hand.
I have to do this.
All right. And with that, the door just creaks open, and there is darkness inside. What are you all doing?
I'm taking a step in.
You step across the threshold, and the rest of you follow. And at first, your eyes take a while to adjust to the darkness until eventually, as the door closes behind you all and Harry steps behind you, light begins to form. And you see a figure sat in the middle of the room on a simple wooden chair, hands manacled to the stone floor. The room is dark, and with the exception of the soft, magical orb of light that hangs above you all, there is only darkness as Zachariah sits in front of you. His clothes are bedraggled and his wild hair is even longer than when you last saw him, and his eyes are downcast. And you see that stubble has grown thicker around his face as he just looks at the floor. Mr. Potter. You brought my son.
I'm gonna take a small step forward. I, I, I needed to see you. I needed to understand. I needed to be here.
Is your mother with you?
She is. She's waiting. She's waiting for after I see you, and then I'm gonna go back to her. And
I understand. How are you?
I didn't come here. I didn't come here for small talk. I need to understand. You've been dead all my life, and you're here now, and you just disappeared. And when we find you, I know it's not you. It can't be you. You tried to hurt me. You tried to kill my friends, and I need you to snap out of it. I need you. I need you.
I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you, and I regret so much. The people I have hurt, the things that I have done, and now I see you wearing the colors of the house I grew up with. And Ezra, I love you so much. And your mom. And I miss you both so much, and it pains me to know I cannot turn back, even if I wanted to.
How could you do that to us? How could you do that to me, to Mom? How dare you? How I don't know if I can't forgive you. I just need to know. I need to know that I need to help you. I need you to not be this way. I don't want to be this way. I don't want to fall down the same path you did. I refuse. I know it's not all of you there. I know it's not all of you there right now, but you made these choices to end up here, and I need to know. I need to understand why. You can't be a monster, because then that means I'll be a monster. And
when your sister, Asher, died, I left searching for an answer. For a way to bring her back to us, to return you. To return to you and your mother, and make us whole once more. But someone found me, Ezra. They saw my desperation and my desire. And they told me of Daedalus. They told me of a prophecy. They said that they alone could remember the truth of what happened, that he could help, that he could bring her back. And then I couldn't stop listening. not done with me, Ezra.
Who's not done with you? Who's doing this? Who got to you?
I wanted to, I can. I'm too far gone, Ezra. But I'm so glad to see you. And all of you for protecting my child. I wish I never. I wish this had never happened to all of you. I really do. And I'm sorry for what's to come. I am sorry.
I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. For the sake of Mom, I'm not gonna give up. I'm going to do everything I can to get you back in any way that I can.
I don't want you to.
What?
I want you to. I think you should leave.
I need you to tell me.
Get out! You're not my son! Get out, please! Get out! Get out!
I need you to tell me who's doing this. I'm not going to
I
stop.
can't.
I'm going.
Like, it's like I try. And the words won't come out. Please go before they hurt you. I don't want to be the cause of any more pain to my child. Your friends, please. Be children. This is all I can do to protect you. I'm not losing another child.
And I won't lose my father again.
Mr. Potter. Please. And you just feel a hand on your shoulder, Ezra. Come on. Let's go.
Ezra reluctantly comes along, not turning their eyes from their father.
Are the rest of you following?
Yeah. Sissel's gonna look
Yeah.
at him too before she exits.
As you're leaving, Ezra, you hear one final word from your father. Ezra, tell your mom I miss the lilies. And the light slowly begins to fade from him. As you open the door, and you hear raised voices. As you come out of the cell, you see several individuals stood around. Hermione has been joined by 4 men in pinstripe suits, one of whom you recognize, Ezra, as President Matthew Pearson shakes your mother's hand. And Hermione moves forward. Mr. Pearson, this is not the time. That's President Pearson, thank you very much. And he turns around and his big, beaming Hollywood smile beams out as Ezra! So good to see you again. I was just getting reacquainted with your mom. How are you? Playing cops and robbers in an interrogation room?
I was speaking to my father.
And you lot, you must be the other ones that uncovered this whole Zachariah Trill thing. We're very proud of you over in the Makuza. Make fine orders.
Back. Like hides behind someone. She doesn't like him.
Cover my mouth and whisper to the friends, "This is the cop."
So, let me see if I can get this right, because you guys. So, Ezra, we know. And we have Violet, right? You're a slug.
Huh?
Am I got that right? You're a Violet?
Yeah, it's not hard to guess.
No, I suppose not, especially when you lot are all so famous, and Magnus and Cecil and Dot. Is that right?
You could call me Mr. Lennox, actually.
Mr. Lennox. Okay, well, I'm Matt. Lovely to meet all of you. And at this point, Harry steps forward. President Pearson, I think you should leave. Actually, no, Mr. Potter. We'll be staying. We're here to question your suspect. I believe this paperwork will be sufficient. We've gone through your ministry and managed to ably jump through all of the loopholes that you've put in place. And as this happens, they pass some paperwork across to Minister Hermione Granger, and we'll be taking him off your hands. The paperwork will take some time to process, and Harry just steps forward as Hermione just places a hand in front of him. Harry, please. Show some respect to the president. Thank you, Miss Granger. So, how was your dad? Say anything interesting?
I don't want to talk to you.
Only thing interesting I see is your big ego.
Wow.
Walking in here with your 10-gallon hat.
Well, are all people this charming in Scotland? I'll have to visit.
Please don't.
Okay. Okay.
Where are you trying to take my father?
He will be moved to a secure facility in America. I assure you, we'll look after him. Like I said, it'll take some time. Probably won't be until next summer holiday. But you can visit him when you go back home. I promise.
He stays here until then?
I suppose so.
Okay.
And Harry just steps forward. Come on, everyone. Let me take you and your mother back.
Before we go, I know Mr. President here has traveled a long way, and I was saving this. I was
He asked you to
saving.
call him a Matt.
I was saving the strength for myself in case I got sick on the way back. But Mr. President, this is a slice of home that I made myself, and I'll give to you because you're the president and you've gone a long way to get here. It is a pumpkin drink that we usually have in the States, and if I take this, will you just, or if I give this to you, will you leave me alone and leave my friends alone and just let my father just be in peace here until you have to take him away from me?
Make a convince check.
Can I get a bonus for gumption?
Could
Can
I
I
help?
encourage him? Yeah, can we encourage him?
Yeah, if anyone wants to inspire him, go for it.
Ezra, you don't want to give that to that guy. Why are you showing him kindness?
It's
But Magnus knows what's up.
it's the least we can do. It's a long travel to get back here, and I'm
and I
trying
hope
to
it's longer when he leaves.
I'm
You don't
trying
need
to be
give him
as
pumpkin juice.
cordial as possible, and
You're too nice.
that's what my mom always says.
So, is that 8 your roll for that, Magnus? Have you-
No, I haven't rolled for it.
Oh, okay. Do you want to roll to inspire and see if it works?
Absolutely. Oh God,
Okay.
I hope.
Make a convince check.
19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19. 19
It's a different day as well, so you're fine.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's an 8.
Oh, wait.
Why did that roll a d20? No. Hold on. It's a 12.
Well, so Magnus, if you want, sorry, not Magnus. Ezra, if you want to roll with a +1 to heart, so just add a +1 to your convince roll.
Okay, so it'll be a +2.
Okay. Pearson just looks at you and, I mean, I can't say no to a slice of home. He reaches out for the bottle. Thank you very much. I'll drink this in a bit. Okay,
Yes,
tell
sir,
you
Mr.
what.
President.
Your dad has clearly had a going over by his own son. I won't accost him immediately. I promise.
Yes, sir.
Now, it's the run up to the Christmas season. I suppose you all have presents to be wrapping and things to be doing, and I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas, or whatever it is you celebrate.
Don't patronize us.
But no, Sissy, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you, sir. We'll get out of here, and you have a safe travel.
You too. This is no place for children. Speaking of which, Mr. Potter, I believe congratulations are in order. You found your son. So easy to lose, aren't they? And Harry just... Come on, everyone.
A bit harder to get a son, too.
Just the door closes behind, but just before it does, you see Pearson just looking out after all of you, his Hollywood smile disappearing for a moment as the door just... And Harry walks ahead of you all, pacing, as you all move out of Azkaban. And you're once again met with the sound of waves outside, as Harry, you see, is quite red in the face before he turns around to you all. I'm sorry, man.
Sorry, anyway, I don't like that guy.
You are...
He's the worst.
You are a little young for me to give all of my thoughts, but yes, you're right. I don't like him either.
Can't, like, head or do anything about that? Like, oh, I thought I saw a Dementor, so I knocked him out accidentally. Oh, spell goes awry. I don't know.
It's no, Magnus. It's okay. It's okay. It's
Talking about coming to visit Scotland.
totally fine and okay, and we should continue this discussion where it's a little warmer.
Mr. Potter,
Yes, Cecil.
whenever we first got here, were they talking about Voldemort's daughter?
A recent claim, one that hasn't been proven, but yes, we recently arrested someone that... My son has got caught up in a lot of very unusual for others, but perhaps fairly usual for Potter. But she's been arrested. I wouldn't give it much mind if I were you.
Okay.
Now, Shoshana, you and I will go separately, but do you want to say your goodbyes before I take them back to Hogwarts? And Shoshana just nods, and she looks fairly shaken, but do any of you have any plans for Christmas?
I was planning on staying at the school to just catch up on studying, and truthfully, I just want sometimes to just feel normal with my friends, if that's okay. Or I can come home, Mom. I know.
No.
Are-
I want you all to have the happiest Christmas you can, okay?
Are you sure? Because I'll see them afterwards. And
Ezra,
but
Ezra, have Christmas, okay?
I'm just going in for the biggest hug of all time.
She just, as she holds her son, she looks over her head at the rest of you and just, thank you all so much. I can't imagine better friends for my Ezra.
He's a really good friend to us.
All right, you all go, and I will see you all soon, okay?
Oh, I'll write you, and I'll also text you and call you, and I'll also send Jupiter. And I know Jupiter.
Go.
Okay.
And Harry just steps forward. All right, let's go. And he just places his hand in the center once more and waits for you all. And with a flick of his wand, you feel yourselves once more just moved through space as you just careen. Your body's just stretching and contorting until eventually you find yourself back in Professor McGonagall's study. Your clothes dripping ever so slightly, and Professor McGonagall just flies back in her seat a little bit and... Well, I trust you had. And taking stock of all of your expressions, I hope it was not too painful.
I don't really want to talk too much about it right now.
No, of course.
But when I'm ready, I will, if that's okay. It's peaceful when we get to have our talks.
Well, for now, all of you, go and enjoy some gingerbread man.
Can I quickly talk to Harry?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
What are the rest of you doing as Professor McGonagall starts to lead you all out?
I want to make sure V gets some snacks and just try to act normal, just for a little bit.
So, as Harry stands there observing everything, he just meets eyes with you, Cecil, and sort of cocks his head a little bit. You okay?
Yeah, I actually want to apologize to you for giving James a potion that I shouldn't have. And seeing Ezra's dad, it just reminded me being given something without your consent isn't pleasant.
I had heard about this, but I didn't know it was you.
I know. Nobody does.
Look, I can't pretend I wasn't upset for James, but I know children make mistakes. And if you want to know a secret, we don't stop making them as we grow older.
Right.
But your apology means a lot. And now that my son is back, there is no need for this to be in the headmistress's office. And he brings out folded up parchment that you recognize as he places the Marauder's map in your hand. Perhaps giving that back to James might smooth the wheels a little bit in an apology.
Are you sure you trust me with this? Even in my possession at all?
I don't trust anyone who has a Marauder's map. It's half the joy of it.
Actually, she wants to unfold it. and make it work.
Okay,
You see your name there,
I do.
and you don't see mine.
I don't. No.
Do you know what that is?
I don't.
Ezra's dad was the same on the map. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it's strange.
It is strange for a castle with a whomping willow and a pitch full of flying brooms and ghosts and a school that seems far too willing to have dangerous creatures roaming the corridors. But as with those things, we take it a step at a time, all right? And we try and figure things out as and where we can.
Okay.
And we will get to the bottom of it, okay?
I mean, it's not the worst thing not being on the map. Nobody knows where I am.
Don't tell Headmistress McGonagall.
I never planned on it.
Make sure you do give that to James, otherwise I will know.
I will. I don't need anything else in my hands.
Well, and he turns to the rest of you. I'll see you all soon. If you need anything, Ezra, anything, let me know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're all very brave.
Or stupid. She just says like out loud.
He just smiles and, flicking his wand, you see him just disappear into nothingness as Professor McGonagall just turns to you all. Right, I promised you Gingerbeard, and I'm taking you down to the kitchens. Come on, move, move, move! And she
Sizzle hides
starts
the map.
to take you all out of the tower and down the stairs as you are all led away from the sorting hat, the desk, the portraits on the walls, and in one corner, the empty bowl of the Pensieve.